Beautiful birds. All started one day just shooing these grackles away. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the great-tailed grackle, but all these beautiful birds that we have out here. I don't know if our doves are on the power lines.
Oh my, what a beautiful sunset.
So guys, this is going to be a quick little live stream, and I hope everybody enjoys this. We are trying to reach out to National Geographic. Look, we got a whole family of doves, man. I mean, like, y'all see them? Those beautiful doves. All right, so hope y'all see. I mean, there's like, dude, this whole tree is filled with doves. Y'all see all the bird action? All these baby birds that hang around in the back alley here. I don't know if you can see them over there. There's tons of them back there. So sorry about my building. We're still trying to get everything. Yeah. Lord help us. All right, so like I said, we'll reach out on National Geographic. I'm gonna let y'all listen to the bird. Y'all hear that beautiful sound? And like I said, I was noticing, and honestly, it was crazy the day that happened. So there was grackles to my wife, was looking out. There's actually one dove out here that's like huge, man. I'm like, dude, he's got space like crazy, right? Y'all said excuse the yard, the kids been playing again. And like they're all in these trees. Mikey, get over here now, son. Come on. All right, baby, bring me the other phone.
Come here, buddy. You gotta be
So yeah. It all started when my wife was taking, a photo of a bird that was out here. And like we noticed that it was kind of aggressive to the other birds, right? And, and like I said, it all began just shooing these birds away. And then we found out that these birds, these great-tailed grackles, and like I said, this is a shout out to National Geographic. We're trying to get this, because look, man, we started out a couple years ago with just this family of doves. And now we have like hundreds of birds that live here. As y'all can hear them, it's hard to really see them, but I mean hundreds of birds. Like, and I guess keeping these great-tailed grackles away was able them to, a couple years, lay their babies. You know what I mean? Because the grackle's known for raiding nests and killing baby birds, and and it's really awful thing. That's what it does. It's known as like the pester. I mean, they even bother eagles and all kinds of birds are like, they team up against them. So it all started with just shooting away, and after I found out what kind of, bird it was, and I just kept them away. And then this past year, after about a couple years of doing this, and, well, actually about a year now, I guess. And dude, now we got hundreds of birds out here. So I kind of want to give a little information on, sweetheart, will you hold it?
I will.
All right.
I had to get a picture of the sunset, so I might not be exactly in your spot.
Okay, hang on, let me get back to where I was at.
Actually, we had a bird that felt so just comfort in our home that she came in through our bathroom window and created a nest in my makeup bag. Honestly, that was so rare. I thought she was taking stuff out of my makeup bag to make a nest outside. And a few weeks later, I noticed like there was sticks in the top of my bag. And if we can share the photos here in just a minute, I will.
Delete all my information.
I don't know, it was there.
Okay, I found it. Okay.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, she actually, I looked it up by the bird identifier on, I guess, Google AI. And it said she was a North Carolina. I'd have to look it up again to tell you. But she ended up having, there were 3 eggs and 2 hatched. And they grew up in our bathroom until they were able to leave the nest. They flew out of my makeup bag and ended up in our bathroom floor for a couple days. They hopped around, and we finally uh, scooped them up and kind of helped them get out the window to take flight, and made sure that the grackles were also removed from the yard as best as possible so that they could thrive out here in the yard. But yeah, if I can get y'all a picture of that, or well, I think we are on the phone. I'll post it after we do the video.
I'm so sorry, guys. My bad. I don't know what happened to all my information up here. But anyways, so the practice of shooing away or managing the grackles, right? The great-tailed grackle, to protect the other birds and crops goes back hundreds of years. Originating in the 15th century Aztec Empire, however, the concept of the target bird control for the sake of the other songbirds became formalized in the United States conservative history during the late 19th to 20th centuries. Okay? So, here's a brief history of the grackle control. So, actually, it goes back to the 1400s. Early historical records document that Aztec king actively protected and moved great-tailed grackles to his capital, okay? And a king Huts, I can't even pronounce that as Ahuitzotl, okay? He was an Aztec king, right? Like I said, and however, the Spanish colonizers and farmers later began targeting them as agricultural nuisances, okay? So in 1890, the late 19th century saw the rise of the destruction birds. The rise of the destructive bird bounty laws. Farmers and agriculturists frequently targeted blackbirds, including grackles, to protect both crops and populations for more desirable game and songbirds. And see, this is, I feel like, was also one of the places that hurt them the most, because it ain't all just blackbirds. Man, we got so many of them live out here. There's like so many different kinds. There's blackbirds with oranges, stomachs, and then we got some blackbirds with a little, white all over them, and then we got some that's just black. See, the difference is the grackle will have like a wild looking green, or almost like a luminous type color on the back, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we started, and it's really just them. I don't know. They say they even, destroy eagle nests and, hawks and all these birds, kind of, they're a nuisance to all of them, because, they don't only just, attack them like one at a time, dude. They will go at a nest or like at a bird, and they dive bomb them and all this, and like in groups. And I got a crazy story that I'm telling you, man. I mean, like, these birds are so like demonic, and I don't think like hurting them is the thing that you got to do. You just got to shoo them away, let them go their own place. You know what I'm saying? And they did. After a while, keeping them away, and now because of just keeping the grackles away just for about a year, I mean, we got hundreds, if not 200-300 birds out here. You know what I mean? I mean, like, dude, at least. And for this small area, just like a couple trees. I mean, you'll be out here some nights and you'll think you're in the rainforest.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Thank you so much, Misty, for the sub. Hello. Hi, 420 Ghost. Yeah, I guess. Bye, Daniel.
So. Let me get my research pulled back up here. And then I tracked it down, right? And it goes all the way back to hundreds of years, man. I mean, you're talking about hundreds of years. These people have been, keeping these grackles away and like maintaining it. But let's see here. Let me find my. Let's see here. I'm so sorry. I had it pulled up right here, and I must have hit it as soon as I. But if anybody's got any questions, I'm just trying to say that we're trying to reach out to National Geographic, and I'm about to get to my point here in just a second. If I can quit hitting the button on this. Man, I just had it pulled up. Hang on, that's right here, guys. Okay. And maybe I won't have to hit it again. Mikey, stay
It's
over there,
okay.
son. And we are actually out here watching our smaller children too. But
Here, take it over there with Sissy, okay?
Mikey, go over with Sissy now.
I'll fix it.
Okay, so let's see here. And I'm about to get to the point. I'm sorry, guys. This ain't gonna be a long live stream. We just came out here and want to kind of.
Y'all hear them though? They're starting to talk to us. Or each other. Might not be us, but.
Okay.
And it's also crazy, like, our dog is this close. Usually, I've never really seen them. Well, in the past, not these birds. They're real comfortable being around him and us too. But, yeah, usually they're not going to come and hang out in the trees where the dogs are going to be right up underneath.
I mean, they kind of almost share a water bowl and food bowl.
Yeah, they do, really.
And so, anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. So why should we target these, certain birds? And I'm not trying to say, like, to harm these birds. I'm just trying to say it takes easy as just shooing away. And eventually, I would just, like, clap at these birds, and they would just be gone. So, like I said, we're reaching out in National Geographic right now, and any other kind of, bird-loving cultures, you know what I mean? And, societies of such that want to get involved. And see, these grackles, the great-tailed grackle, are highly intelligent and adaptable. See, forming massive loud flocks, people typically shoo them away to protect other birds for a few specific reasons. So, first reason probably because nests, they're nest predators. See, the grackles are highly territorial and are known to raid nests of other songbirds and eating their eggs and their chicks. So, I'm just trying to say, let them do whatever they're going to do over there. And I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to protect my little birdies over here. And now, like I said, we got hundreds. And dude, I've lived here for years. And I've always noticed there's a lot of bird traffic. And we had these doves moved in about 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And now there's like at least 30 doves. And I'm talking about, dude, we got every bird out here from blue jays. We got robins that live out here. We have, let's see here. Actually, we have eagles that even fly around above up here sometimes, right?
Yeah, I see them pretty frequent.
Dude, I'm talking about almost every kind of bird that you can think of. Songbirds. We have hummingbirds that live here. We have, Carolina.
It was a cardinal finch, something like that.
Little
bitty brown.
And we actually, like my wife was talking about, had one even felt so comfortable with us that nested in our bathroom in her makeup bag. So, you can build a relationship with these creatures, man, these birds, man. I just feel like a lot of people take advantage, you know what I mean, and, of the land and don't respect, the birds, the wildlife, man. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't all about us. Just spending a little bit of time with these birds and allowing them to live here, and kind of protecting them and not really having to really do much, but just shoo them away and I'd clap at them and they'd just be gone. So, and also the grackles, you gotta understand, they dominate the food. You know what I mean? That's another thing about them, dude. They gang up. And it'd be like, I've watched them, man, about 4 on 1. And see, we didn't even realize this going on because a year or so before that, all we knew, we had the doves out here, and we'd always find, dude, it was crazy. It was like bird wars out here. And us getting involved, it's like we stopped the war. You know what I mean? And sent the grackles on their way, and they could have their own place somewhere else. And all these other birds, they're so good together. And like I said, there's so many different kinds out here. I wouldn't doubt there's at least 15 to 20 type birds in my yard right here now. Hummingbirds. I'm pretty sure either red robins or cardinals. I really don't know. And there's blue jays. There are, little brown birds. I'm talking about, dude, doves. We got hawks that fly around right here in this one little spot in Alabama. And I'm telling you, it all started with keeping the grackles away. And like I said, we're trying to reach out in National Geographic. It's one reason we're doing this, so people could study this, that just by us being a little bit involved with nature, to see how much we can accomplish instead of tearing down our forests. You know what I mean? Polluting our air with all this filth. And then we got these data centers that's coming on out at us, man. I mean, tearing up, just killing the wildlife. And let's see here. So, and also, between the 17 and 1800s, when early naturalists first began mapping out North America wildlife, right? They quickly documented the fierce predator nature of the great grackle species, right? Unlike smaller birds, these large grackles have a heavy, sharp bill and are notorious for attacking adult songbirds. And I'm telling you, dude, what gets me, now the crow and the buzzard, I can kind of see how they get a bad name. But, they even give the ravens, you know what I mean? Like, ravens, they even bother them. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's the certain species. It has nothing to do with the color. It's the species, man. So, like I said, they raid nests, they kill the baby birds. See, early settlers and farmers and bird lovers routinely, got rid of them, right? They scared them away, explicitly to stop them from wiping out local songbird populations. I mean, we wouldn't have this right now. Years ago, it was nowhere near like this. I mean, dude, it was almost like, and I noticed like this, those grackles then, but I just didn't know nothing about them till we, about a year ago, my wife took that photo and went through Google, and that's how we found out all this. So, the root of the name, even the word grackle itself comes from the Latin graculus, which was used centuries ago to describe loud, mischievous, aggressive birds, right? People have recognized them as a threat to smaller birds for as long as humans have kept record of this. And see, this is nothing I haven't ever heard of. No, because you know why? We're too busy, tearing our trees down. All these, putwooders, and you got all these people, ruining our land with these data centers, man. I mean, I'm trying to say that if we just get a little bit involved with our, surroundings and quit tearing them down and quit moving out the wildlife, that maybe, we can, live together somehow. And look how beautiful this is. I mean, like, man, the sound of this is just like, most people try to find these tracks of nature just to listen to have this. You know what I mean? And we have this in our own backyard. So, because we actively shoot away the grackles, right? We remove the apex bully from our local ecosystem. See, smaller songbirds are incredibly sensitive to the predator pressure. They are. I mean, man, I'm talking about never hardly saw hummingbirds. We even got woodpeckers. I mean, like, dude, that's what I'm trying to reach out National Geographic right now. And, and kind of show, just what a person can do, just getting a little bit involved with something other than ourselves. You know what I mean? So, once they have realized that, our trees were grackle-free zone, right? So the word spreads. Generations of birds have now successfully raised their young on our property without being raided, resulting in this 100+ birds we see today. And having having a bird comfortably nest right beside our open bathroom window is a massive sign of trust. Birds will only choose a nesting site so close to human activity if they feel completely safe from outside predators like grackles. See, just a little bit involvement, man. I mean, the birds will love you back. I mean, man, they're not just things that, that's just wandering around. I mean, dude, nature deserves, a little respect too. You know what I mean? A little generosity. You know what I mean? And instead of just always caring about our fellow man or this or that. I mean, man, if we love the land will love us back. And God has showed us this over and over and over throughout history and time, even in the biblical, days, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And if people defile the land, what'd he say? It vomited them up. You know what I'm saying? So, our long-term efforts have created a localized bird sanctuary.
Don't hit her.
So if we keep expanding our sanctuary, right, and that's what we're looking to do. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm like, dude, if we can get National Geographic to help us out with this, and or any other bird organizations, I'm just trying to say, man, you come out here, it would take you months or years to even try to figure out how many bird species we have here. And let's see here. So, pitching this prestigious outlet to like National Geographic requires a compelling angle. So the best way we're trying to grab their attention is framing this right here in our backyard. This is a living history experiment here, man. Linking modern efforts directly to American history and biblical concepts of stewardship. So,
Alistair, I think is how you say your name. Hi, just want to give you a shout out. Appreciate the comment.
God bless you, brother. So, today, this is my pitch title for this idea, right? This is a Grackle-Free sanctuary, a lesson in modern ecosystem stewardship, right? So,
Careful.
welcome to our channel, Christian Family News. God bless y'all. Hope everybody's doing great out there today. So look around our yard. Like I said, we have hundreds of birds thriving in our trees. And we have even had a wild bird that chose to hatch her babies right inside our open bathroom window, like we were just talking about. But it wasn't like this always. You know, up to, like I was telling y'all the amount of time a while ago, this yard was a dead zone for songbirds. And why? It's because, like I told you, all these grackles I've seen around, these great-tailed grackles, man. And today we are sharing the deep, untold history of the battle against this predator, how we reclaimed our canopy, and how we are tying this to get National Geographic to come and see this living miracle. So, many people think bird management is a modern thing. I mean, dude, you wouldn't believe, I bet my neighbors have thought I was crazy out here sometimes for giving, I'd come out here and be clapping like, hey, get out of here, guys, you know what I mean? And they would just start flying away. I mean, that's all it took. When they'd be flying over a couple in a pack, I'd clap at them, they'd get out of the way. And I'm not kidding you now, that because the birds have multiplied like they have, now they defend themselves. We don't even got to do it no more. I mean, there's so many of these little birds, they keep them away themselves. I mean, it's like we taught them, hey, they're not as tough as they seem. And that's a lot what goes on in this world and a lot of these people, man. You got to stand up for what you believe in this world. And one thing I believe in more than anything, that there is a God, and he is real, and he sent his son to save every one of us.
Amen.
And like I said, this goes back centuries. Since the 1700s and 1800s, early American settlers and naturalists documented the great grackle as a brutal nest raider. And for hundreds of years, people who loved nature actually had to shoo these predators away to protect the vulnerable baby songbirds. It is a historical battle between the bully and the innocent. And anybody knows me, I grew up taking care of the bully. I could not ever stand to see anybody ever be bullied. It was just something in my nature that said, even if I had to take the butt whooping for them from the bully, I would. Just so they didn't have to endure that, or we'd do it together. You know what I mean? So it's just in my natural spirit, guys, or, just who I am. So, as a Christian family, we look at this through the lens of Genesis stewardship. So God put us in charge of caring for his creation by protecting these small, helpless birds from the apex bully of the backyard. We have created a safe haven, and the Bible says not even a sparrow falls without the Father knowing. So we took that to heart, cleared out the predators, and God multiplied the life in our yard from a handful of birds to over 100. Hundreds. So, we believe this localized bird sanctuary is a story that the world needs to hear and needs to see. We are officially pitching this to National Geographic to show how human stewardship completely restore a local ecosystem. So, y'all comment below tag at NetGeo and help us get this story told. So, I guess that's about it. Well, sweetheart, you got anything else to say?
Well, if I can see it, I was going to show them where the birds like circle around up there if they were doing it. Like every night, we have a ton of birds. I don't know that you'll be able to see it on this camera. I don't think there's enough of them out yet.
They're so happy. You hear them over there celebrating?
Yeah, every time you was talking, they were like trying to chip in. Here, I'll go around and let you guys, here, talk to everybody online. Give them some love, birdies. And don't it sound like you're in a rainforest?
It does.
It's like this all the time.
And like I said, we're trying to expand this idea. And, dude, I mean, man, I think that you imagine how if more people, done what Genesis taught us, to be stewards of our, land. Not just pollute them and, destroy them. You know what I mean? God will bless you.
Amen.
But we just want to share with everybody, like I said. If y'all help us try to get this on National Geographic, that would be great. We just want the world to know what just a little bit of action will cause, you know what I mean, in your life. You know what I mean? That's why we try to call people to Jesus, man. It's time for a call of action. You know what I mean? It's not just a word. It's not something we say. It's something we do. You know what I mean? So God bless y'all. We appreciate y'all coming out. This is Christian Family News. And this is our beautiful bird sanctuary. God bless y'all, and we'll see y'all next time. We're out of here.